In a quiet Texas town, a man named George Miller began his day before the world even woke, sweeping the silent hallways of a small high school. George was 62 years old, gray-haired, soft-spoken, with kind eyes that hinted at a lifetime of experiences most people would never know. He worked as the school's janitor, the kind of man who showed up early, stayed late, and never once sought attention or praise. To the outside world, George was just another worker, someone barely noticed, blending quietly into the background of daily life. But George held a secret so big it would one day leave the whole town speechless. George Miller wasn't just a janitor. Unknown to anyone, he was a self-made millionaire. After work, when most people relaxed in front of their TVs or scrolled through their phones, George opened books and studied. He taught himself the rules of business, the logic of investing, and the principles of building long-term wealth. Without a college degree or formal classes, he sharpened his mind through quiet determination and endless curiosity. For more than 40 years, George invested $50 every single month, carefully and consistently, in companies he believed would grow. Through economic booms and market crashes, he never panicked. While others sold in fear, George stayed calm and steady. He avoided hype and rumors, choosing logic, research, and long-term vision over emotion and shortcuts. George understood the power of compound growth, the slow, steady process of small investments building into something great. He lived below his means, driving an old car, packing homemade lunches, and repairing things instead of replacing them. His neighbors assumed he was struggling financially, never guessing the fortune quietly growing behind the scenes. George believed wealth wasn't about appearance. It was about habits, decisions, and patience over decades. When retirement day finally arrived, the school hosted a simple farewell party with cake and balloons and the teachers. A student, not knowing the truth, joked, "Bet you wish you were rich, Mr. Miller." George simply smiled and said nothing. A week later, the local newspaper revealed the truth with a headline that stunned the entire community. "Janitor donates $2.8 million to school scholarship fund." The humble man everyone underestimated had quietly built a fortune. George used his life savings to fund college scholarships, helping future students avoid the burden of debt. When reporters asked him why he did it, George replied, "True wealth isn't measured by what you keep, but by what you give." His story taught people that financial success isn't about luck or having a high-paying job. It's about discipline and vision. George proved that even the quietest person with the simplest lifestyle could build a legacy that changes lives.